Yakuhari Event Hall in Japan was the venue for the 1995 World Judo Championships. It's the first time the championships have been held in Japan since they took place here twice in succession in 1956 and 58. Judo enthusiasts from all over the world gathered for this four-day event, which began on September 28th. The excitement began immediately with the first match at 9:30. Two categories were held each day in both the men's and women's divisions, a total of 16 categories in all. The preliminaries ended in the late afternoon. Before the start of the evening competition, there was a demonstration of ukemi, followed by the opening ceremony. "6:50 in the evening, the start of the opening ceremony. The International Judo Federation now has a membership of 177 countries. Judo is becoming more and more a world sport. 628 contestants from 100 countries and regions took part in these 1995 World Judo Championships. The newly elected IGF president, Yong Sung Park of South Korea. In this video, we'll be looking at the highlights of each of the men's categories. The second round of the over 95 kilogram category. It's between Hahaleshvili of Georgia and Japan's Ogawa. These two were the finalists in the Barcelona Olympics when Hahaleshvili won the gold by an ippon. Ippon. Ogawa executes his favorite technique, hashiguruma. Hahaleshvili says he didn't have enough time to practice. The Barcelona gold medalist is forced out of competition in the second round. Moller of Germany was the bronze medalist in the last championship. His opponent in the second round is Lungu of Romania. Moller executes a newaza and enters into osai komi. This technique has been given the name of uragatame. Germany's Moller wins with an uragatame ippon. Tataroglu of Turkey is up against the previous world champion, Duye of France, in the third round. For Sotogari ippon, Duye wins his second consecutive ippon. This third round match is between Perez of Spain and Baterdene of Mongolia. Perez executes a newaza and aims for a ude hishigi jujigatame. Baterdene tries to evade the hold, but Perez grabs his left arm and applies the jujigatame, ippon. He advances to the semi-final. France's Duye is the top favourite. He faces Krieger of Austria in the quarter-final. A splendid harai makikomi. Duye advances to the semi-final. Japan's Ogawa was the 1991 champion. He won his way up to the semi-final against the likes of Hachaleshvili and Belgium's Van Barneveld. He now faces Moller, Germany. Moller applies his favorite Harai Makikomi, but Ogawa thrusts his foot away. Moller applies another Harai Makikomi and goes into Newaza. Moller has the lead. 3.5 minutes into the match, unable to score a point, Ogawa moves forward impatiently. Moller takes the advantage with a Seoi Nage Yuko. Ogawa has been moving very well in his past 3 matches, but with Moller grabbing his back collar, he's unable to execute any of his techniques. With less than 30 seconds to go, Ogawa is given a Shido. Ogawa is unable to move against the clever Moller. Moller maintains his Yuko advantage and wins his place in the final. Spain's Perez has won the past 4 matches with an Ippon. He's in top form. His opponent in the semi-final is Douillet of France. Douillet applies an Uchimata to score Waza Ari. Two minutes into the match, Douillet outwits Perez's attack and applies Osai Komi. It's a Yoko Shiho Gatame. He maintains the hold for 3 minutes 25 seconds to score Ippon. Douillet advances to the final. The match to decide 3rd place is between Japan's Ogawa and Turkey's Tataroglu. Both contestants seem to lack spirit. They're given a chew. Ogawa scores Ippon. He applied an Uchimata just as Tataroglu was about to grab his back collar. His dream of a gold ends with a bronze. The other match for 3rd place is between the Olympic champion Hachaleshvili of Georgia and Perez of Spain. Uranage Ippon. Hachaleshvili demonstrates a skillful Kaishiwaza and wins the bronze. The final, in the over 95-kilogram category, is between 2 large contestants. Douillet of France is aiming for his 2nd consecutive championship. He's 196 centimeters in height and weighs 113 kilograms. Moller of Germany has his heart set on winning his 1st championship. He stands 190 centimeters and weighs 125 kilograms. Douillet applies an Ouchigari, but Moller overturns this to execute a Sukui Nage. However, it's Jogai out of the match. Less than 2 minutes to go. Douillet applies an Ouchigari, technique he excels in to score Ippon. Moller tried to overturn this with an uranage, but Douillet managed to bear down. One minute, 54 seconds. Douillet wins with an Ojigari Ippon. Francis Douillet won all 5 matches with an Ippon and scored each time with a different technique. No wonder he's so full of joy at winning his 2nd consecutive gold in the over 95 kilogram category. Now for the under 95 kilogram category. Kovac of Hungary holds the title of both world champion and Olympic champion. His opponent in the 2nd round is Okaizumi of Japan. Okaizumi is the winner of the 1995 Asian Games and the Kano Jigoro Cup. He excels in applying a seoi nage from both sides. 3.5 minutes into the match, Okaizumi lifts the 2-meter-high champion and executes a seoi nage to score waza-ari. Kovac, the world champion, is forced out of the competition in the 2nd round. The 3rd round between Yugoslavia's Pantic and Shakimov of Kazakhstan. Kosotogake Ippon. Kazakhstan's Shakimov advances to the quarter-final. The Czech Republic's Yakul faces the Olympic bronze medalist Sergeyev of Russia in the 3rd round. Sergeyev scores waza-ari with an Ojigari, who proceeds to the quarter-final. And now for the 3rd round match between Japan's hopeful Okaizumi and the European champion Nastula of Poland. Nastula is 186 centimeters and well balanced. He excels in the kuchiki daoshi and the jujigatame. Okaizumi, on the other hand, favors the seoi nage, forcing Okaizumi to give up. Nastula won the quarter-final against Spain's Conca with a sukui nage and advances to the semi-final with ease. The semi-final of the under 95 kilogram category. This match is between Kazakhstan's Shakimov and Russia's Sergeyev. Shakimov won the previous match against the 1991 world champion Treno of France. Sergeyev upsets Shakimov's Uchimata to score Yuko. He continues his attack, no defeat. And Russia's Sergeyev proceeds to the final. The other semi-final match is between Poland's Nastula and Solovyov of Uzbekistan. Solovyov has won the past 3 matches with an Ippon, scored with either a jujigatame or shimewaza. Nastula's kuchiki daoshi is awarded a yuko. As has passed ukigatame, it's an Ippon. Nastula wins his place in the final. The match for third place resulted in a Yusei-gachi for France's Treno when Uzbekistan's Solofyov was given a shido. The other match for bronze was between Japan's Okaizumi and Shakimov of Kazakhstan. Shakimov was given a keikoku, resulting in victory for Okaizumi. The final of the 95kg and under category is between Russia's Sergeyev and Poland's Nastula. The last time the two met was in the final of this year's European Championship, which Nastula won. Nastula applies an ouchigari and follows with a sasai tsurikomi ashi. Sergeyev, however, evades the technique by landing on all fours. Nastula goes from a kouchigari to a kuchikidaoshi to score yuko. Sergeyev becomes more aggressive towards the end of the match, but he's unable to score a point. Poland's Nastula wins by a Yusei-gachi. The 25-year-old Nastula says he always tries to be aggressive, a strategy which won him his first World Championship. Japan's Yoshida was the Barcelona Olympic gold medalist in the under 86kg category. His opponent in the first round is Im Jaroon of Thailand.
Match number 2, under 86 kilograms. Red, Yoshida, Japan. White, Im Jaroon, Thailand. Referee changes to Mississippi.
Yoshida scores an ippon with his favorite technique, Uchimata. He's off to a good start. The second round between Demon Faucon of France and China's Ao. Demon Faucon attempts a tomoe nage. Failing, he applies another tomoe nage to score ippon. The quarter-final match between Japan's Yoshida and Alimjanov of Kazakhstan. Alimjanov has fought his way up by scoring an ippon with an uchimata and sukui nage. Alimjanov begins a relentless attack using uchimata after uchimata. Yoshida goes from an uchimata to a tai otoshi, a splendid ippon. Yoshida advances to the semi-final with a tai otoshi ippon. The quarter-final between Ukraine's Masharenko and Canada's Gill. Gill scores a kata guruma ippon. His favorite technique takes him to the semi-final. South Korea's Chon is aiming for his second consecutive championship title. Like Yoshida, he's moved up from the under 78kg category, and his opponent is Lithuania's Markavicius. Sode Tsurikomi Goshi Ippon. The match ends in just 12 seconds. As in his previous matches, Chon managed to win with an ippon, most of which were scored with a seoi nage. The competition so far has been a breeze. the under 86 kilogram semi-final between Russia's Maltsev and Japan's Yoshida. Yoshida applies a tomoe nage. He continues with an uchimata followed by an o-uchigari. Maltsev falls sideways, allowing Yoshida to score yuko. Yoshida continues his relentless attack. He evades Maltsev's nage and applies an uchimata to score ippon. The well-executed throw is roundly applauded. Yoshida advances to the final. South Korea's Chon and Canada's Gill meet in the semi-final. Chon is the top favourite in the under 86 kilogram category. Gill is the Olympic bronze medalist and runner-up in the previous championships. Chon attacks with a seoi nage.
White, Yoshida, Japan. Referee, Mr. and Mr. McCarthy.
3 minutes into the match. Chon takes the lead with a seoi nage yuko. 30 seconds later. Gill applies an o-uchigari to score waza-ari and assume the lead. However, Gill becomes too self-conscious about winning and is lacking in aggressiveness. He's given a shido and later a keikoku. Gill becomes disheartened. He's easy prey for Chon, who applies a seoi nage just before the end of the match to score waza-ari. At this point, and the keikoku given to Gill allowed Chon to win by a sogogachi. South Korea's Chon will be the one to face Japan's Yoshida in the final. The round to decide third place in the under 86 kilogram category. This match is between Masharenko of Ukraine and Russia's Maltsev.
Match number 2, under 86 kilograms. Red, Masharenko from Ukraine.
A minute and a half has gone by. Masharenko attempts to apply an o-uchigari, but Maltsev manages to offset this and execute a splendid ura-nage ippon. Russia's Maltsev wins the bronze. The match to decide the other bronze medalist is between Demon Faucon of France and Canada's Gill. Gill manages to defend himself against Demon Faucon's kata guruma. Gill applies an o-uchigari, followed by a kosotogake. The referee announces jogai, but the sub-referee just says jonai. The referee awards Gill a waza-ari. Gil's foot was inside the mat when he executed the throw. Gil's Kosotogake Waza-ari wins him the bronze. South Korea's Chon and Japan's Yoshida come face-to-face in the final of the under 86 kilogram category. The two met in the final of the 78 kilogram category in the 1993 championships in Hamilton, Canada. The winner that time was Chon. Chon is 22 years old and excels in Seoi Nage and Uchimata. Yoshida is 26 and favors the Uchimata and Osotogari. Yoshida applies a ko-uchigari but fails to score a point. Yoshida executes an Uchimata. Chon applies a Sore-tsuri Tomigoshi followed by an Osotogari to score Ippon, thereby winning the gold. Yoshida had his hands full evading Chon's Sore-tsuri Tomigoshi. Chon made use of this opportunity to apply the Osotogari. Yoshida had both sleeves taken and fell on his back. The 22-year-old Chon is the first South Korean to win in two categories. He says he hopes to win a gold in the Atlanta Olympics as well.
Diplomas and medals will be presented to the prize winners by Mr. Yoshiro Okai, Managing Director of All Japan Judo Federation, Mr. Andole Castiglione, General Treasurer of International Judo Federation, and Mr. Pablo.
Japan's Koga is the center of attention in the under 78 kilogram category. He won the gold in the under 71 kilogram category in the Barcelona Olympics, despite a severe injury. Attention is now focused on how he'll fare in this heavier category. Koga's opponent in the first round is Buyan of Mongolia. He executes a speedy Ippon Seoi Nage. In the second match, Koga faces Savchichikin of Russia. Koshi Guruma Ippon. Koga's been developing this technique for a year. Along with his Seoi Nage, it's become a powerful weapon. Koga's opponent in the quarterfinal is Romania's Chupe. A brilliantly executed Sore-tsuri Tomigoshi Ippon. Koga proceeds to the semi-final after winning all three matches by Ippon. Francis Bura was the runner-up in the European Championships. He's up against Mogor of Denmark. Osotogari Ippon, Bura wins his place in the semi-final. The quarter-final match between the Olympic bronze medalist Smaja of Israel and Georgia's Lipatalani. Smaja scores an ippon seoi nage and proceeds to the semi-final. The semi-final round in the under 78 kilogram category. Japan's Koga and France's Bura are the top two favourites. The outcome of this match is likely to determine the gold medalist. Bura, the runner-up in the European Championships, excels in the Osotogari and Ouchigari. The two contestants grapple fiercely. Bura is overwhelmed by Koga's aggressiveness and is given a shido 2 minutes into the match. Koga forces his opponent back and applies an ippon seoi nage to score ippon. Listen to the thunderous applause. Koga adds yet another ippon to his list and advances to the final with ease. The semi-final match between Brazil's Devaloa and Israel's Smaja. Devaloa has won the past 4 matches with an ippon scored by either an osai komi or jujigatame. Smaja's forte lies in his sharp nagewaza, such as the seoi nage and kataguruma. Ura nage ippon. Devaloa attempted to apply an uchimata, but Smaja succeeded in pulling him forward to overturn the throw. Koga's opponent in the final will be Israel's Smaja. The outcome of this match will decide the bronze medalist. It's between Yugoslavia's Radulovic and France's Bura. Radulovic has won his way up the repechage after being defeated by Brazil's Devaloa. Bura scored his 3rd Yuko point with an Ouchigari. He wins the bronze by a Yusei Gachi. The match to decide the other bronze medalist is between the European champion Reiter of Austria and Brazil's Devaloa. Reiter wins the match by a hante. And now for the final. Japan's Koga won the 1989 and 91 World Championships in the 71 kilogram and under category. He's determined to win the gold in this heavier category as well. Israel's Smaja was the bronze medalist in the Barcelona Olympics. His secret is his sharp nagewaza. Smaja makes the first approach. Koga applies an ippon seoi but fails to score a point. He tries again and succeeds. Japan's Koga wins all 5 matches with an ippon and has now succeeded in becoming the world champion in 2 categories. His medal is the first gold for Japan. Hungary's Hajtos was the silver medalist in both the Barcelona Olympics and the 1993 World Championships. He's one of the top favourites in the under 71 kilogram category. He faces Modebaze of Georgia in the second round. Modebaze wins with a kataguruma ippon. Hajtos suffered an unexpected defeat and is forced out of the competition in the second round. Britain's Kingston and Canada's Cantan meet in the second round. Kingston wins with a kosotogake ippon. Germany's Schmidt is the European champion in this category. His opponent in the second round is Hwa of South Korea. Hwa scores a koka with this seoi nage, forcing Schmidt out of the race. In the quarter-final between Brazil's Dias and Austria's Schleicher, Dias scores a yuko with an uchimata makikomi. He follows with a seoi nage to score waza-ari. This and his previous yuko point allow him to win by a yusei gachi. Dias advances to the semi-final. Japan's Hideshima was the bronze medalist in the 1993 World Championships. He's made it up to the quarter-final where he meets Britain's Kingston. Seoi nage yuko. Kibisugaishi yuko. Hideshima proceeds to the semi-final by a yusei gachi. The semi-final match between Japan's Hideshima and Brazil's Dias. The match proceeds halfway with neither contestant making a move. They're both given a chui. Hideshima shows his spirit and applies a seoi nage to score yuko. He maintains this lead and advances to the final. Italy's Brambilla and Brazil's Dias meet in the match to decide third place. Brambilla's Tomoe Nage. Brambilla's wins the bronze. The other match for third place is between Britain's Kingston and Pedro of the United States. Kingston is given a cake-offer towards the end of the match. It looks like nothing more will happen. Pedro, however, manages to apply a kata guruma right on the sound of the buzzer. It's an ippon. Pedro, the bronze medalist in the under-65-kilogram category in the 1991 World Championships, wins the bronze in the under-71-kilogram category as well. And now for the final between South Korea's Kwa and the bronze medalist in the previous championships, Hideshima of Japan. Neither contestant has demonstrated a dazzling ippon, but they've moved up steadily with an aggressive show of spirit.
Final match is beginning. 71 kilograms. Red is Mr. Achilles.
The first half sees Hideshima applying a succession of seoi nage. South Korea's Kwa retaliates in the latter half with a similar succession of seoi nage. They're evenly matched. The time expires with neither contestant scoring a point. The winner will be decided by a hante. Two to one. Hideshima wins the hante and the gold. There's warm applause for the spirit shown by both contestants. Hideshima succeeds in topping his previous bronze with a gold. And now for the preliminaries in the under-65-kilogram category. The third round between Brazil's Guimarães and Azerbaijan's Iskenderov. Osotogari Ippon, Brazil's Guimarães, proceeds to the quarter-final. Poland's Levak meets the 1991 world champion Kelmaltz of Germany in the third round. Tai Otoshi Ippon. Kelmaltz demonstrates a swift Tai Otoshi. Chak of Hungary, the runner-up in the Barcelona Olympics, is on top form. He defeats Hilaire of Haiti with a tomoe nage ippon. The quarter-final match between the 1993 world champion Nakamura of Japan and South Korea's Kim. Kim takes the lead with a koka, but Nakamura comes from behind to score a kosotogake ippon, which takes him to the semi-final. Nakamura's opponent in the semi-final is Hungary's Chak. Chak won both preliminary matches with a tomoe nage. Nakamura evades Chak's tomoe nage with ease. Nakamura applies a kosotogari to score ippon. Nakamura is one step closer to winning his second consecutive championship. The other semi-final match is between Germany's Kelmalz and Giorgi of Italy. Kelmalz, the 1991 world champion, is 28 years old. He's 195 centimeters tall and makes use of his height to deliver a powerful tai otoshi and uchimata. Italy's Giorgi excels in techniques such as the osotogari, tomoe nage and kata guruma. Continues his relentless attack. Two and a half minutes into the match, Kelmalz scores a yuko with an uchimata. Kelmalz applies a tai otoshi and follows with a jujigatame. Kelmalz advances to the final by a yusei gachi. The winner of this match will be awarded the bronze. It's between Kim of South Korea and Italy's Giorgi.
Korea, white, Georgie, Italy. Referee, Mr. Belnello. Judges, Mr. Chapelet and Mr. Hausler.
Kim applies the koshi guruma to score waza ari. Three minutes and 43 seconds, Kim wins the match with a seoi nage ippon. A bronze goes to South Korea's Kim. The match to decide the other bronze winner is between Turkey's Demirel and Hungary's Çak. Çak wins the medal by Musegachi. The final is between Japan's Nakamura, who's aiming for his second consecutive championship, and Germany's Kelmelt. Kelmelt won the championship in 1993 and is the Olympic bronze medalist. At 28, he's a veteran. Nakamura aims to grab Kelmelt's collar and apply an uchimata or sore tsurikomi goshi, but Kelmelt grabs Nakamura's side with his left and restrains his left hand. Kelmelt has taken a grappling position which is to his advantage. Nakamura is unable to demonstrate any of his techniques. Nakamura attempts to apply an uchimata but fails. Four and a half minutes have passed. Ippon. Kelmelt wins the match with a kouchigari. Nakamura tried to upset his opponent with an uranage, but Kelmelt succeeded in applying a kouchigari with his left foot. The 28-year-old veteran wins his second championship, putting a stop to Nakamura's dream of winning his second consecutive championship. And now for the under 60-kilogram category. Azerbaijan's Guseynov is the Barcelona Olympic champion. He applies a splendid Sasai Tsurikomiyashi to score Ippon. The runner-up in the European Championships, Vazagashvili of Georgia, faces South Korea's Kim in the second round. Tani Otoshi Ippon. The powerful Vazagashvili is moving on to the semi-final. The third round between Russia's Ojogin and Tsunada of the United States. Ojogin is only 155 centimeters but has speed and power. A well-executed Sore Tsurikomi Goshi Ippon. Ojogin advances to the semi-final. Japan's Sonoda is the world champion in this category. His opponent in the third round is Gusev of Bulgaria. Sonoda manages to grapple to his advantage and follows with a Tai-Otoshi Ippon, his third consecutive Ippon. He wins the quarter-final as well and proceeds to the semi-final. And now for the semi-final. This match is between the bronze medalist in the European Championships, Bagirov of Belarus, and the runner-up in the European Championships, Vazagashvili of Georgia. Bagirov is in top form and has won the past two matches with an Ippon scored with a Jujigatame and Ouchigari. Bagirov applies an Ouchigari, but Vazagashvili manages to upset this with an Ouchigaishi to score Waza-ari. Vazagashvili maintains his Waza-ari lead and makes it to the final. The semi-final match between Russia's Ojogin and Japan's Sonoda. Ojogin has not yet established a reputation in international competition, but he won the quarter-final against the World Championship bronze medalist Trautmann of Germany. He's only 155 centimeters tall, but he's very powerful and excels in such techniques as the Seo-enage, Ouchigari, and Kataguruma. Kataguruma. Ojogin scores a yuko. Sonoda demonstrates a succession of techniques in the latter half of the match, but he's unable to score a point. Russia's Ojogin defeats the world champion Sonoda to advance to the final. The outcome of this match will decide the bronze medalist in the under 60 kilogram category. Germany's Troutman lost the quarter-final to Ojogin, but he's won his way up to meet Bagirov of Belarus.
Mat number 3, under 60 kilograms. Red, Hussein, Azerbaijan.
Bagirov's Uchimata is awarded a Yuko. Troutman, whose forte is newaza, applies an osai komi with an ushiro kesagatame. But he's only able to maintain the hold for 14 seconds. The match ends at this point. Since Troutman's osai komi was valid for just 14 seconds, he was only given a quarter. Belarus's Bagirov wins his first bronze.
Mat number 2, winner, White Bagirov by Yuko. Referee is 1.
And now for the match to decide the other bronze medalist. It's between Azerbaijan's Gusenev and Sonoda of Japan. These two met in the final of the 1993 World Championships in Hamilton.
Mat number 3, unknown.
Sonoda scores a Yuko with an O Sotogari and follows with a Kesagatame. Gusenov taps Sonoda's back to signal defeat. Sonoda, the previous world champion, defeats the Olympic champion Gusenov of Azerbaijan to win bronze.
Mat number 3, winner,
The final match is between Russia's Ojogin, who's taking part in the World Championships for the first time, and Georgia's Vasagashvili. Both contestants are sharp and speedy. Vasagashvili applies a favorite technique, Tani Otoshi, and follows with a Kataguruma. Ojogin retaliates with a Seoi Nage. The time expires. With neither contestant scoring a point, the winner will be decided by a hante. 3-0. Russia's Ojogin wins by a yusegachi. The unknown 24-year-old wins the gold in his very first World Championships.
under 60 kilograms. Winner of the gold medal and world champion, Ojogin, Russia.
contestants took part in the open category. The third round match between the silver medalist in the 1991 World Championships, Moreno of Cuba, and Japan's Shinohara. Shinohara upsets Moreno's Ouchigari with a splendid Ouchigaishi to score ippon. Shinohara goes on to win the quarter-final with an ippon and proceeds to the semi-final. Russia's Kosorotov, the 1991 world champion in the over 95 kilogram category, meets Georgia's Davitashvili in the third round. His Ouchigari is awarded an ippon. He goes on to win the quarter-final and advances to the semi-final. The quarter-final between Turkey's Tataroglu and China's Liu. Kosotogari. Tataroglu wins the match with an ippon and advances to the semi-final. Douillet of France is up against Belgium's Van Barneveld in the quarter-final. Douillet won the gold in the over 95 kilogram category held on the first day. He's aiming to repeat his performance in the open category as well. Douillet's Kosotogari is awarded a koka. He scores a yuko point with an Ouchigari. France's Douillet wins by Yusei Gachi and proceeds to the semi-final. The A-zone semi-final match is between Japan's Shinohara and Russia's Kosorotov. Shinohara was late in scoring a point in the first and second rounds, but he's managed to move forward. Kosorotov, the 1991 world champion, has won the last 4 matches with an ippon. Kosorotov attacks from the left, using a variation comprised of Osotogari and Ouchigari to score ippon. Kosorotov goes from the Osotogari to Ouchigari, overthrowing Shinohara, who tries in vain to reverse the throw by the trousers. The match ended in just 35 seconds. Kosorotov proceeds to the final with his Ouchigari ippon. This match, for third place, is between Cuba's Moreno and Turkey's Tataroglu, who lost the semi-final to France's Douillet. Moreno of Cuba assumes the lead with a Kosotogake yuko. Tataroglu applies an uchimata to score ippon. It was a well-executed uchimata, applied just as Moreno was about to execute a Kosotogake. Turkey's Tataroglu wins a bronze. The other match for third place is between Japan's Shinohara, who lost the semi-final to Kosorotov of Russia, and Belgium's Van Barneveld. Uchimata Tsukashi ippon. Shinohara skillfully evaded Van Barneveld's uchimata and used his opponent's strength to throw him. Shinohara of Japan wins the bronze in his first World Championships. The final is between between two highly skilled contestants, Kosorotov of Russia and Douillet of France. Kosorotov stands 194 centimetres and Douillet is 196 centimetres, and he's already won a gold in the over 95 kilogram category. Douillet applies an all-jigari and scores a yuko despite Kosorotov's attempts at reversing the throw. Douillet applies an all-jigari. Kosorotov tries to upset the throw but fails to score a point. Both contestants are given a shido, and then Douillet is given a keikoku. Douillet tries to regain the lead by applying a kosotogari to score waza ari. He immediately goes into osai komi. It's kuzure kami shiho gatame. 25 seconds has passed. It's a waza ari awasete ippon. Francis Douillet succeeds in repeating his performance in the over 95 kilogram category and finishes with 2 golds. He's jumping with joy. The 26-year-old remains steadfast throughout the open category competition and is expected to do well in the Atlanta Olympics. The 1995 World Championships determined the qualifiers for the Atlanta Olympics, and particularly strong impressions were made by Japan's Koga, who won match after match with a breathtaking ippon. South Korea's John, who topped his 1993 World Championship title in the under 78 kilogram category with a gold in the heavier under 86 kilogram category. Then there was Russia's Ojogin, who won a gold in his very first championships, and Douillet of France, who won a gold in 2 categories. The next World Judo Championships will take place in 1997 in Paris.
技ありを取りましてリードしています。
試合時間は6分間で行われています。外巻き込みに行きました。抑え込みに入りました。後ろけさ固め今野。外巻き込みから崩しまして後ろけさ固め、抑え込みは30秒で一本勝ち。まもなく10秒です。
今今野がかけたところ本当ですね、腰を切っていけないといけないのが下でついてきましたね。20秒ある選手にはやっぱり持っていかれるともうどうしようもないですね。
あと5秒です。ここでブザーが鳴りました。30秒経ちました。一本勝ち今野。
In the women's division begin with the over 72 kilogram and under 72 kilogram categories. The second round in the preliminaries is between Beltran of Cuba and Rosensteel from the United States. Tanimotoshi Ippon. Beltran advances to the third round. Russia's Kundarenko versus Gual of Blackwater Rock. Gual throws the larger Gundarenko with a screen nugget to score waza ari. The Gundarenko retaliates by applying an ushiro ketagatame. She makes the most of her weight and scores osaekomi ippon. She manages to turn the tide and advances to the third round. Japan's Noriko Anno meets Yugoslavia's Kovacevic in the first match. Anno is much lighter, but she moves well and applies an ashiwaza to enter into newaza. It's a yokoshiho gatame. "30 seconds has passed. Anno wins with an ippon." The 1993 world champion, Hagen of Germany, is up against Cuba's Beltran in the quarterfinal. Hagen applies an all-tingari, but Beltran retaliates to score Yuko. Beltran maintains her Yuko advantage and moves on to the semi-final. Beltran's opponent in the semi-final is Jerize of the Netherlands. Jerize was a silver medalist in the open category in the last championship. Although she won the first match by an ippon, she's worked her way up to the semi-final by a narrow margin. She's 179 centimeters in height and weighs 110 kilograms, and her favorite strategy is to go from a harai makikomi to osaekomi. 2.5 minutes into the match, Jerize attacks with a wakinatame. Maintaining her hold on Beltran's right arm, she applies the yokoshiho gatame. Jerize scores an osaekomi ippon and advances to the final. The other semi-final is between Russia's Bondarenko and China's Zhang. Zhang wins by a hante and proceeds to the final. And now for the match to decide third place. It's between Japan's Anno and Beltran of Cuba. Anno moves swiftly and takes a chance. Beltran, on the other hand, is given a shido 2 minutes into the match. Anno leads. Immediately after this, however, Beltran applies an all-tingari to score Yuko. Beltran maintains her Yuko advantage to win third place, defeating the silver medalist from the previous championships. The other match to decide third place ended in victory for South Korea's Shon. The final in the over 72 kilogram category is between the silver medalist in the last championship, Jerize of the Netherlands, and the bronze medalist, Chang of China. Jerize stands 179 centimeters and weighs 110 kilograms. Chang is 188 centimeters and 115 kilograms. They're both very strong. Jerize applies the wakinatame. She makes a tough attack on Zhang's three-tet and is on the verge of success. But a mate is called. As a result of this wakinatame, Zhang injures her right arm. She's no longer capable of applying a technique. Jerize grapples the injured Zhang and continues to attack with an uchimata and harai makikomi. The match ends with neither contestant scoring a point. The winner will be decided by a hante. 3-0, it's Jerize of the Netherlands. The silver medalist in the open category in the last championship wins her first gold in the over 72 kilogram category.
Winner of the gold medal and world champion, representing the Netherlands, Jerize.
And now for the under 72 kilogram category. Welbroek of Belgium is the European champion and one of the top favorites. She wins her first match against Selewa of Ukraine by applying her favorite technique, Uchimata. She's on a winning streak. This quarterfinal is between the Olympic silver medalist Yoko Tanabe of Japan and King Heisi of the Netherlands. Tanabe has worked her way up steadily, winning both the first and second rounds with an ippon. She succeeds in applying her favorite technique, Uchimata, to win by yet another ippon. Cuba's Luna is up against Istanbul, France in this quarterfinal. Luna, the winner of the international championships in France, is 20 years old and 170 centimeters. This is her first World Judo Championship. Seoi-nage. The referee announces Wazari, but changes this to ippon. It was a vigorous Seoi-nage. In this quarterfinal, Britain's Holly applies a splendidly executed Morokegari to score ippon. She managed to defeat Austria's Paul Huber in just 5 seconds. Howie, the silver medalist in the previous championships, wins her ticket to the semi-final. Japan's Yoko Tanabe's opponent in the semi-final is Welbrook of Belgium. Tanabe retired after winning the silver in the Barcelona Olympics. She's determined to make a comeback and is aiming for the gold in a fifth World Judo Championship. She attacks aggressively with an Ouchingari and Uchimata. Seconds to go. Welbrook applies a Kusotogake to score Koka. Tanabe attacks brilliantly in the hope of recovering the lead, but to no avail. Welbrook wins the semi-final with a Kusotogake Yuko and proceeds to the final. Tanabe will have to try for third place. The semi-final between Cuba's Luna and Britain's Howie ends with neither contestant scoring a point. Luna's aggressiveness throughout the match, however, wins her the Hante 3-0, and she advances to the final. After a defeat by Belgium's Welbrook, Japan's Tanabe meets China's Chao in the match to decide third place. After losing the first round to Britain's Howie, Chao has won her way up the repechage. Chao goes from an Ouchingari to Seoi Otoshi, but this does not qualify for a point. Tanabe throws her opponent with an Uchimata and proceeds to apply Newaza. It's a Yokoshihou Gatame. "30 seconds, Osaekomi ippon." Hopes were high for Tanabe's successful comeback, but she ended up with a bronze. And now for the match to decide the other bronze medalist. Britain's Howie takes the lead by scoring a Yuko with a Tai Otoshi. However, 3 minutes into the match, Ukraine's Selewa scores a Yuko with a Tani Otoshi to tie. The match ends with no additional points scored by either side. Ukraine's Selewa wins the Hante 2-1. The final in the under 72 kilogram category is between the top favorite, Wellbrook of Belgium, and Cuba's rising star, Luna. Luna executes a vigorous ceremony. Wellbrook attempts an uchimata, but Luna withstands the throw. Luna has stamina and shows her mettle in newaza as well. Wellbrook tries another uchimata, but Luna manages to keep her balance. 5 seconds to go. Wellbrook fails to execute her uchimata, and the match ends. Since neither contestant has scored a point, the winner will be decided by a handpick. 2-1 is Cuba's Luna. The 20-year-old wins a gold in the first World Judo Championships and takes a big step toward the Atlanta Olympics. The under 66 and under 61 kilogram categories took place on the second day. The third round in the preliminaries, Poland's Szczepanska wins with a splendid kuchipumate. And now for a match between Portugal's Rodriguez and Wells of the Netherlands. Wells scores an ippon with a speedy harai makikomi. She continues to win by ippon and proceeds to the semi-final. This quarterfinal is between the South Korean world champion Cho and Japan's Ishibashi. Ishibashi takes the lead by scoring U4. But 2 minutes 12 seconds into the match, Cho applies an uchimata, a technique she excels in, to win by ippon. She advances to the semi-finals. Cuba's Reve, the Olympic gold medalist, is also hoping for a gold. Her opponent in the quarterfinal is Canada's Roberge. Reve applies her favorite technique, o-chingari, to score ippon. She goes on to win the semi-final by a narrow margin and proceeds to the final. South Korea's Cho is aiming to win her second consecutive championship. Her opponent in the semi-final is Wells of the Netherlands. Cho is the ace of South Korea's women's judo. She excels in grabbing her opponent's okueri to apply uchimata or o-chingari. Wells is on a winning streak, having won the 3 past matches by an ippon. Cho crushes Ware's harai makikomi and attacks with an okurieri jime. She turns around to tighten her hold and forces Wells to give up. Cho shows her strength in newaza as well and proceeds as expected to the final. The match for third place is between Dubois of France and Poland's Szczepanska. Szczepanska upsets Dubois' uchimata and scores koka. Dubois continues to attack but is unable to score a point. Japan's star maintains her cork advantage and wins the bronze. The other match for third place is between Ogasawara of the United States, who defeated the 1991 champion Pieran Pozzi of Italy, and Dwells of the Netherlands. The match ends with neither contestant scoring a point. Ogasawara of the United States wins the Hante by a narrow margin, 2-1, and wins the bronze. The final of the under 66 kilogram category. Gilbert Reve is the Olympic gold medalist and the runner-up in the previous World Judo Championship. She's 25 years old and stands 174 centimeters. Her opponent, Cho, is 23 and 173 centimeters. Cho is aiming to win her second consecutive championship. Reve applies an Ouchigari and Cho an Uchimata. Cho applies an Uchimata to score Ippon. A splendidly executed technique applied just before grappling with Reve. Cho succeeds in winning her second consecutive gold in the World Judo Championship. A good start towards the Advanced Olympics. The first round in the under 61 kilogram category is between Emoto of Japan and Velnerova of the Czech Republic. Okuriaki Harai Ippon. Emoto loses the match in just 11 seconds. The winner of the 1987 championship, Bell of Britain, meets China's Liu in the third round. Bell wins with a dynamic Haraigoshi. This quarterfinal is between Gilbert Beltran and Buckingham of Canada. Beltran executes a splendid Toretsu Konigoshi to win by Ippon and advances to the semi-final. Randy Cavalier of Belgium, the world champion, meets the Olympic champion, Flory of France, in the quarterfinal. Flory crushes Randy Cavalier's Seoinage and applies a Hoshijime. Her strong hold leaves Randy Cavalier unconscious. The referee calls Ippon. The former world champion Randy Cavalier is forced out of competition in the quarterfinal. Flory goes on to the semi-final but is defeated. The European champion Gull is one of the top favorites. She defeats Velnerova of the Czech Republic with an Okurieri Pine Ippon. Gull goes on to defeat Israel's Arad and Blasko of Spain and wins the semi-final against Gilbert Beltran for a place in the final. The match for third place in the under 61 kilogram category. The Olympic gold medalist and 1993 world champion, Arad of Israel, has won her way up to repechage to meet Fleury of France. Fleury attempts to push Jine, but Arad manages to break the hold. Fleury continues to attack, this time with a screen nugget, and is awarded a U-call. Fleury maintains her U-call advantage and defeats Israel's Arad to win the bronze. The other match to decide third place is between Belgium's Van de Cavalier and Cuba's Beltran. Beltran is given a Judô and Van de Cavalier wins the bronze. The final in the under 61 kilogram category is between Gao of the Netherlands and South Korea's Jong. Gao is this year's European champion and has her heart set on winning the gold. Jung excels in grabbing her opponent's okueri to apply uchimata. She's calm and steady. Jung grapples hard, making it difficult for Gao to apply a technique. Jung calmly upsets Gao's theory nugget and is awarded a U-call. Jung continues to lead, and although not by an equal, manages to win her first World Judo Championship. South Korea has managed to win both of the categories held on this day. The second round in the under 56 kilogram category. The runner-up in the 1993 championship, Jung of South Korea, applies an Urso Pangaeshi to win by Ippon. Mizoguchi and Münzenberg, Germany. Mizoguchi attempts to apply newaza for forte, but Münzenberg turns her over with an uchimata to score waza-ari, 24 seconds. Mizoguchi struggles to regain the lead, but in vain. The Olympic gold medalist is forced out of competition in the second round. Britain's fair brother, the current world champion, displays her strength. She applies a kuchiki daoshi against Australia's Hill to score wazari. Cuba's Gonzalez won a bronze in both the Olympics and the previous World Judo Championships. She wins in a style worthy of one of the top favorites. Kuinage Ippon. She wins the next round with a Joji Gatame Ippon. She's on top form. Cuba's Gonzalez wins 3 consecutive matches by Ippon and advances to the semi-final to face Lombard, Belgium. Gonzalez attacks aggressively with a kosotogake and overwhelms Lombard. She applies an utinari to score yuko. She then executes an ureshigi juji gatame to score ippon, 42 seconds. Gonzalez wins her 4th consecutive ippon and advances to the final. Jung of South Korea finished 2nd in the previous World Judo Championships. This time she's aiming for the gold. Her opponent is Sangrando of Brazil. 1 minute 8 seconds. Her uchimata is awarded a yuko. She maintains her advantage and wins her ticket to the final. The match for 3rd place ends with neither Spain's Fernandez nor Brazil's Sangrando scoring a point. Brazil Sangrando wins the Hante 3-0 and is awarded the bronze. Sangrando and the Brazilian team rejoiced in the bronze. The other match to decide 3rd place is between Portugal's Cavalieri and Lombard, Brazil. Here too the winner is decided by a hante. 2-1. Portugal's Cavalieri wins the bronze. The final of the under 56 kilogram category is between Cuba's Gonzalez and South Korea's Jung. Gonzalez is on top form and attacks aggressively. She goes forward and applies a swing on it, but fails to score a point. She grapples her opponent and applies a kuchiki daoshi to score a point. Gonzalez is bursting with power. Lack of experience, she said, was the reason she was only able to win a bronze in the previous championship. She says she's practiced very hard and rejoices in her victory. The first round of the under 52-kilogram category. Japan's Megumi Yabushita is up against the 1987 and 89 world champion, Rendo of Britain. The previous match ended so quickly that Yabushita was late in arriving. She was nearly disqualified. She couldn't have been in a worse state of mind. With only a few seconds to go, Rendo applied the Seoi-nage to score Ippon. A mortifying defeat for Yabushita. The first match between the 1991 world champion, Junji of Italy, and Remitskaya of Ukraine. Junji applied the dazzling Arai Makikoni to score Ippon. The current world champion, Veldeskia of Cuba, is determined to keep her title as she begins her second match. Seoi-nage Ippon. Olympic champion Munoz of Spain won the second round against Hong Kong's Chan with an Uki-otoshi Ippon. Munoz, however, was defeated in the third round. The third round between Mariani of Argentina and Hungary still. Mariani wins with a Kuchiki Daoshi Ippon. The third round between Rescue of France and Volotora of Russia. Although Rescue has never won a major competition, she's France's latest host. She accepts Volotora's O-Sotomari and wins with a Sumi Otoshi. Rescue advances to the semi-final. The semi-final in the under 52-kilogram category. It's between Cuba's Veldeskia, who's aiming for the gold, and Argentina's Mariani, the runner-up in the international competition in France.
White Mariani, Argentina. Referee, Mr. Aguilas. Judges, Mr. Aguirre and
50 seconds into the match, Mariani takes a bold approach. Her Kuchiki Daoshi is awarded a Yuko. She was later given a Shido. Veldeskia begins to attack, but Mariani manages to evade her. End of match. Argentina's Mariani defeats the top favorite Veldeskia to proceed to the final.
第2試合場、ただいまの試合、白、マリアニ選手の優勢勝ち、内容、有効。
The other semi-final match is between China's Wang and Rescue of France. Wang has won her way up against the like of Spain's Munoz. Rescue is 167 centimeters in height and excels in the Otsotonari and Ouchinari.
Judges, Mr. Aguirre and Mr. Hamada. Red, 1 from People's Republic of China.
Rescue wins with an Ouchinari Ippon, 31 seconds. She pulled Wang down by the thigh. The 27-year-old Rescue wins her ticket to the final in her first World Judo Championship. The round Wang to decide third place. In this match between China's Wang and Britain's Wendell, Wang is given a Zhongnai Chui, resulting in victory and a bronze medal for Wendell. The other match for third place is between Spain's Munoz and Cuba's De Garcia. De Garcia scores at U-Core with a Murotengari and wins the bronze. The final of the under 52-kilogram category is between two contestants who are competing in the championship for the first time. Restu has remained in the shadows of the Olympic champion Novak, but she's finally managed to win her ticket to the championship. Mariani was the runner-up in this year's European Championship. Both have speed. Mariani attempts a tail nugget. Restu upsets this and scores quarter. Restu goes from shimewaza to judi gatame. She succeeds in restraining Mariani's left elbow, forcing her to give up. Restu becomes the world champion on her first time round. Restu says she knew she was going to win and results in a victory with her coach.
Under 52 kilograms, winner of the gold medal is world champion.
The under 48 kilogram and the open category were held on the last day of the championship. The hall was crowded with spectators who'd come to support Japan's Ryoko Tamura, taking part in the 48-kilogram division. Tamura, the world champion, is up against Hungary's Kish in the first round. Tai Otoshi Ippon, the breathtaking feat. The second round between Spain's Soler and Australia's Kirkman. Soler wins with a Seoi-nage and proceeds to the next round. Tamura's second match, her opponent is the Olympic bronze medalist Savon of Cuba. Savon is wary of Tamura's nagewaza. Tamura applies a Kochi makikomi from the left and scores wazari. Notice the speed with which Tamura applies the technique. China's Li is Tamura's main rival. She's up against Vietnam's Cao Gong. Li scores a corker with a kochi-ngari and goes into osai-komi. There used to be no name for an osai-komi applied without facing one's opponent, but at the General Assembly held just before the championship, a decision was reached to call it ura-gatame. The osai-komi is valid as long as part of the attacker's body remains within the mat.